Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Stratergy Saturday. Just gonna get the game up here, and we will play some Empire Total War today. Starting a new campaign as the British. And in the future, I want to hear from y'all in the chat. What should I play? What should I, got lots of games spanning different time periods, lots of civilizations to be played. I'm starting with this one because, one, it's easy, and two, this period of time was sort of the first part of a period that's known as the Pax Britannica, when the British Empire was the strongest empire around. They kind of claimed this title after defeating the Spanish in the Anglo-Spanish War in the late 1600s. And a big part of that was the sinking of the Spanish Armada off the coast of England. The Spanish, had this massive naval fleet, and they sent it to go and invade England. And it failed partly because of a big storm, sort of like the Mongol invasion of Japan. The ships got torn up by the sea, so they were not able to. And yeah, definitely the Caribbean, we're in 1700, so this is the golden age of piracy. Intercolonial wars like the Anglo-Spanish War, the Queen Anne's War, as it was called in the colonies, which was the War of the Spanish Succession. That was a conflict in which, sorry for not playing out that one, that would have been probably exciting, but I don't like the naval battles that much. Let's see what we can do here. We don't own these colonies. They will come under us if we do the right things. Yeah, I gotta get these ships in port so that I can put some people on them and go invade some stuff. Okay, I think that'll do. Oh, I forgot to select technology. I think that's the most kind of player, not the most, but that's kind of a player trap in this game, is it's easy to not choose your technology, and it won't make you. Okay, so we're fighting the Iroquois now. As they're called in this book, or in this game, of course, they call themselves the Haudenosaunee, or the Five Nations in their language. But yeah, they were historically called the Iroquois Confederacy, and they their government structure sort of inspired the founding fathers when they were creating the Declaration and the Constitution and stuff. They were looking to Iroquois society. somewhat. And they were also looking to the Roman Republic, especially. And it's for this reason also that the Iroquois were compared to, like, the ancient Athenians and the Romans because of their political tradition. Their sort of anti-authoritarian political tradition. In contrast to the one in Britain, right?
Ship's orders, Captain.
Okay, we gotta choose a technology for sure. I'm tempted to just... This is Europe, though. I can't leave... I can't make my troops leave. I gotta build up here. I can make some go out and go conquer things. Okay. And we might find that Total War doesn't work for streaming as well as I thought, but you know, like, I gave up on recording a whole campaign like this. I kind of just want to show y'all battles in the edited videos because it's much easier on the technical end. Alright, just leave a few militias and stuff. We should be fine for now. Now we can send these guys over to America to go do some damage. I'm tempted to do a Cherokee campaign too, but it is hard. All of the Warpath campaigns are pretty hard. So, it was around this time in the early 1700s, I think 1702, that Great Britain actually united into the Kingdom of Great Britain. Before that, like, at this point, 1701, I think this would be like the last year where we actually would not have Great Britain yet. We would have the Kingdom of England, the Kingdom of Scotland, and sort of like Austria-Hungary, the same person would be monarch of both kingdoms simultaneously. So it was only formally established that it was one united kingdom during the Acts of Union. And that is kind of a big part of the story of this time period for Britain as well, is that in addition to struggling with Spain and France to try and control the Americas, they were they wanted to try to get Scotland more firmly under English control. They were consolidating the actual island archipelago over here. Oh shit, my army still was over here. That's whoops. I should probably be moving a lot faster, because in this game you know, you only win if you take over a ton of territory. I don't have to take over everybody. There we go. Gotta load the troops onto the ship. Now we can talk about... Actually, probably... Let's see if these pirates are weak enough to grab up.
Ready and wait. Move 'em out.
Oh yeah, looks like it. Well, I don't know. That's not many men I sent.
Ships cannot go there.
Wow, that's gotta be annoying to watch. Sorry guys. Let's try and get in a battle so we can have some fun here. Like, I really like the Total War series. We might just do Total War most Stratergy Saturdays, but Age of Empires is a great game too.
Withdraw. Enemy sails spotted. All hands on deck.
Uh-oh.
Hip, hip,
Oh,
hurrah.
that's good.
Hip, hip, hurrah.
Yeah, I should have showed that battle too. I probably would have lost it if I did, because I'm not as good with the naval.
Battle stations, prepare to engage. Aye, aye, sir.
Alright. Now my troops can go and wreak havoc.
Forward for crown and country.
Oh, jeez.
They hide behind women's skirts.
Let's see if we can get some more help over here. That's not really a lot of guys. That's not enough to do anything with.
Aye, sir. Weigh anchor. Forward. Drop anchor.
Um, yeah, so, Spain, of course, in the early 1600s, Spain was easily the strongest power because they had just taken over Mexico, Peru, and all these, most of the Americas. But of course that led to an economic crisis when instead of, investing those riches, they would just kind of bring it back and spend. And this caused inflation and something called the bullion crisis that created an economic collapse for the Spanish Empire. And at the same time, the British and the Dutch were developing joint stock companies and more sophisticated capitalist financial tools in what was called the Commercial Revolution. Alright, let's see if we can mog these pirates here. They don't look that tough. But there is way more of them. I'm surprised it gave me as good odds as it did. It's a good thing I'm built different. Let me know in the comments, would you win this battle? Yeah, so during that period, the late 1600s, like I said, England was, taking kind of dominance away from Spain, and uh, in the economy, the center of gravity of capital in Europe was shifting north. So, whereas previously the biggest banking institutions and the richest bankers were in places like Florence and Milan, Italian cities that had went through the Southern Renaissance. Well, now cities in the Low Countries like Antwerp in Belgium, and cities in the Netherlands, became kind of replaced them as those centers of banking. Okay, I'm not gonna send in my general like that. That would be kind of cray. Looks like people can occupy these ruins here. That's kind of interesting. I wish I could reach. I kind of need to just engage these ones while they're split up a little bit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at all them there. Okay. Shots fired. I wouldn't say this is looking great, but it's definitely not looking bad. Okay, I might have to send in my general over here. He's doing the flanking thing. Oh, this is danger. He's got to get out of there now. Okay, it worked. It worked. My general did not die. Okay. Man, my general is doing a good job of doing his job without dying. If he dies, we will lose a lot of morale. And that's a semi-realistic feature I like about the Total War games, morale. That is very realistic. In the Wars of the Roses in England, in the late 1400s, there are actually stories of battles in which the commanders failed to show up. So the troops surrendered. You know, you're not gonna fight without any command. In a situation like that, you know, but that isn't modeled here. We're talking more about like what happens when, you know, your general falls in battle, or when the cavalry comes charging in and, you know, breaks through your line, and everybody around you is going, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. You know, you might run. It's not going to be like Age of Empires where people are just like robots who fight to the death every time. You try to fight another day, you know, live to fight another day. That's just that's just natural. And that's why we've had to like develop sophisticated methods of discipline to override that natural impulse of self-preservation. They're behind me there. I don't think it matters because we'll break these guys so quick that we can turn around and... There we go. Okay, there's one more way over here. This wasn't hard. Yeah, I mean, they didn't do a very good job of blocking together. If they did that, it might have been hard. So yeah, many pirates were government agents, were you know, hired by the crown to be privateers, right? But it also, the pirate world had a sort of counter-cultural aspect to it, where, you know, counter to the religious culture of the mainstream. Sometimes they would try to... There was an interesting relationship between pirates and the devil sometimes, where, you know, sometimes you have to ask yourself, did they actually believe in the devil and were like Satanists, or were they more like kind of using it to freak people who did believe in the devil, you know, and they didn't? I think it's a little bit of both, but I think there was a lot of like wanting to be sort of edgy, you know, wanting to kind of shock people with how transgressive they could be against religious laws, and kind of coming from sort of repression and, you know, kind of chafing under these religious dogma in life. So this is basically over. Enemy general killed. Cool. islands. Alright, there's one more island for King Bread. I'm gonna check the user in just to make sure y'all can see my freaking... Y'all are watching, right? Y'all can see the game. Let me make sure. Uh-oh. Are we having issues? Are we live? I'm not able to actually see the freaking live stream. Okay, hopefully I'm not wasting all this time. Imagine that, playing a game and wasting time.
Fleet ready. My country, for honor, and for the pride. Settlement besieged. Virtue and valor unconquered.
The Leeward Islands. Religion was a very big deal when it came to state policy. This is, you know, the French wars of religion are very close in the past at this point, and the Spanish Empire has a very religious mode of imperialism where a big part of it is all just about converting people.
Reef sail.
Wow, okay, so now I'm going to war with Spain and France, which I guess is historically accurate. Let me check here. This is around the time that the War of the Spanish Succession started, and yeah, so that was mainly between Britain and France, and you could say this is how it went, but Spain was actually split. This was the War of the Spanish Succession, so England and France were fighting over who was going to be the king of Spain. They each wanted their favorite guy, and I believe the French wanted a Bourbon. The British wanted a Habsburg on the throne. So that's the same royal dynasty that was ruling Austria-Hungary. Oh geez, and we've already got the US existing. That is not historically accurate. Okay, I'm not at war with Spain. That's good. Okay. It's time for Quebec to get it. I just hope they don't mess around over here. I don't even want to defend England on English soil. That would be annoying. Hopefully we can just fight in the colonies and maybe the Low Countries here. Gotta put down this rebellion. These insolent colonists. Let me see here. We gotta do a lot over here, and I feel so far away. We're like having to send guys in. I guess this is how it would be. Here we go. We got these guys. Oh, we can probably surprise them right here.
Prepare for action,
Hell yeah.
Serve it on. Forward! We are
Nice.
triumphant.
Nice. We got Newfoundland. So in the 1740s, 1730s and 40s, you had the Jacobite uprising, where the Stuart dynasty was trying to come back into power in Scotland, and Scotland was trying to become independent again. A lot of people who were on the Scottish side fled to America after those rebellions were crushed. And that is part of kind of the anti-crown flavor that the U.S. had. It came from some of those refugees sort of from the Jacobite uprising. A lot of them settled in the Appalachians. Here we go.
The sea is ours. Aye, aye, sir. Under sail. Reef sail.
Okay, I gotta make sure that England will be safe. Where are all my ships? Did I? Oh, I took all of my ships out of this hemisphere. That's probably something I'm gonna regret. Pretty sure that's not historically accurate. So that was the big advantage that Britain always had over France, was that they could kind of, you know, they had this huge navy and could kind of stop them from ever landing.
Ready for action. One out the gun.
Montreal. Do we have a chance over there? That's not that many guys. Probably gonna need more guys. If y'all want, maybe I will play a song when we close out. Alright, let's see. Yeah, let's just put them on there too. Okay, let's get them over there. This one seems to have a pretty slow start, but we should be able to fight some Frenchies here soon, and probably just call it a day after that. Ooh, that one's close. We might not. I don't think we will win that. Oh, and now we're deep in enemy territory. I don't think that's gonna go well. We can definitely grab these islands right next to us. Okay. France is doing the most on the continent, but I am not going to worry about that right now. This is my continent.
Begin siege. Prepare for war.
Okay, my guy is still alive somehow. How's he gonna get out of here? Okay, he can make it to some friendlies over here.
Forward!
This is friendly territory.
Aye, aye, sir. Your orders, Your Majesty. Hurrah! Hurrah!
Wah! Okay, cool. Now we got both the leeward and the windward islands. Leeward, windward refers to the two sides of an island. Every island has a leeward and a windward side. It was very important for sailors to know which was which, if you wanted to safely land there.
Sail on the horizon.
We're bankrupt! Oh no. I don't think I've ever had that happen, because usually I'm watching my ducats a little more closely. Okay. Crud.
At the ready. Make ready for battle. Forward! Any further orders?
I don't have any money, so I can't. Oh. This is rough. Even while raiding them, I don't have money. They must be raiding me somewhere.
Sound the call to battle. Yes, sir. Prepare the troops for battle. Prepare for battle.
Okay. Oh, I can't put more troops there because I don't have money. Okay, we gotta fix this situation.
Waiting for orders. What?
Yeah, that's where I'm getting raided. Is it?
Enemy sail approaching. Reverse course. Tank ready. Set sail. Jump to it and look lively.
Okay, I have money again. Probably gonna be an uprising over here.
Ready and awaiting orders. Raise the flag. Sir. Anything more? Disengage. Drop.
It was inevitable they would try and free up that sea lane. Yeah. Rebellion. Okay, that's what I expected. Let's just do something about this American Revolution thing. I think we can call it a day after that.
Troops. Ready. Forward. Raise the flag.
In the American Revolution, the Haudenosaunee fought on both sides. They were split between the patriots and the loyalists, and that's sort of why their nation is bisected by the border now. You know, you have half of, might not be half and half, but some of them in Canada, some of them in the United States, because those borders were put here based on the battle lines of the American Revolution. Canada was the part that the Patriots could not take. Okay, they have weak troops. These are pretty weak troops. Yeah, so we're gonna have whole videos on the American Revolution. You know, as you know, it was like the colonists were upset about the Stamp Act and, you know, tariffs, taxes, and also the attempts by the British to kind of maintain diplomacy with the Native Americans. They, you know, the American government wanted to basically keep expanding across the Appalachian Mountains, and the British had signed treaties that they would not do that, and they were trying to enforce those treaties, which was pretty much impossible in the environment of colonial North America. Yeah. We completely broke their left flank, so I guess this would be their right flank, but screen left. Yeah, they are scrizooed. We got this one in the bag. That's right. Oh, what'd you say? Liberty or death? Liberty or death? I got you. One death coming right up. Look at him go. Well, that's it, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed watching. We'll close this one out soon when this battle ends with a song from that's like set in this time period, basically. Let's hit it. Thanks for watching. Please donate. Like actually good, entertaining, edited, researched videos coming on the YouTube. I'm just no longer going to try to provide all the content live because that was a crazy thing to do. Yeah. So that is the Pax Bredica. And I could have probably done better, but we got some land. So cool. Subscribe. Bread Conqueror 27, and this is Barrett's Privateers by Stan Rogers. Oh, the year was 1778. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. A letter of marque came from the king to the scummiest vessel I'd ever seen. God damn them all, I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. Well, Elsie Barrett, cried the town, how I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. For 20 brave men, all fishermen, who would make for him the Antelope's crew. God damn them all, I was told. We'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. The Antelope sloop was a sickening sight. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. She'd list to the port with her sails in rags, and the cook in the scuppers with the staggers and jags. God damn them all, I was told. We'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. On the King's birthday we put to sea. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. We were 91 days to Montego Bay, pumping like madmen all the way. God damn them all, I was told. We'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. But I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. On the 96th day we sailed again. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now, when a bloody great Yankee hove in sight. With our cracked 4-pounders we made to fight. God damn them all, I was told. We'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. But I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. The Yankee lay low down with gold. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. She was broad and fat and loose in stays, but the catch took the Antelope 2 whole days. God damn them all, I was told. We'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. But I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. Then at length we stood 2 cables away. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. Our cracked 4-pounders made an awful din, but with one fat ball of Yank stove us in. God damn them all, I was told. We'd cruise the seas for American gold. Fire no guns and shed no tears. But I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. The Antelope shook and pitched on her side. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. Barrett was smashed like a bowl of eggs, and the main truck carried off both me legs. God damn them all, I was told. We'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. But I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. So that's the show. Thanks for coming. I better save it, I guess.